Hi, welcome to GK's channel to review the soccer matches. I'm a big Manchester United fan, and I would mostly review matches involving Manchester United in the English Premier League, the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, wherever they're playing, even in the Europe, which is currently limited to Europe Cup. Today, I want to focus as one specific match. That's the Manchester United versus Southampton, played over the weekend, um, wherein the match ended up nil-nil. Both the teams couldn't score. It was a very important match for both the teams from a perspective that Southampton were trying to consolidate their position and come out of the relegation zone. Likewise, Manchester United were very keen to consolidate their position in the top four of the table so as to make sure that they have gap between the next set of teams coming right behind them. I want to focus on few topics, and the idea is to just to give my review on few areas which are very keenly important and that we could have improved and we missed. Firstly, on the I think the team formation, it is important to highlight this because Eric Ten Hag has been a revelation this season since he's come and taken over Manchester United. The last 15 months has been great. We were able to see a lot of glimpses of Manchester United and its legacy, the elegance, the hard-working nature, the team. This been just very good compared to how we've been over the last few years' time, and the result was the Carabao Cup in the last few weeks' time, and I'm sure we would see more trophies being back to Old Trafford like the previous years. But I think for this match in Old Trafford, Eric Tang wanted to utilize his attacking force more and try to capture the 3 point as quickly as possible. So he went ahead with the best attacking options that he had with Jadon Sancho, Anthony, Rashford, and Bruno Fernandes, along with Weghorst in the as the attacking forward, who's been just amazing in the last 10-15 matches that has been with Manchester United consistently. Well, unfortunately, he's not able to score as he would like to. But then the team composition for this match, I think, was one area where we should not have made that change. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro in the middle of the park. Bruno Fernandes not used to this position. He's been more of a attacking player, forward thinking, but Fred has been recently donning that position, which he did play quite good in the last few matches, and I would have felt Fred would have made a difference instead of Bruno Fernandes in the middle of the park along with the Casemiro. So that cap led, I would say, to the costing of the red card for Casemiro, and also because the Southampton midfield were really coming together and putting a lot of good passes, leading to this red card and more of a positional play in the middle of the park. Obviously, Manchester United's defense and attacking were the strength, but the midfield is where I think we did have a gap with having Bruno there and not in the attacking zone. Um, so that was one area that we missed out in the Southampton match. I think the other area to really highlight would be the mistakes that the team does, especially the missed passes, the missed timing of the passes. You're not being there to get the pass or your one-touch passes. I think this has been an area that Eric Ten Hag has worked quite a bit, and we've improved a lot in the last 12 months' time. And I think this is where Manchester United has let itself as a team down in the last few matches, and I think that's the result of some of the matches that we've seen against Southampton, uh, which could have been avoided. I think it's again back to the way you conduct yourself on the field, making those little passes, avoiding those mistakes. Otherwise, you will get punished. Thankfully, against Southampton, it didn't go to the extent of we getting punished in the form of goals, thanks to the great David De Gea on the goal. He's been a revelation again, another year, and I'm really surprised why he's still not in the playing 11 of the Spanish national team. Well, that's a topic for another day, but the second topic, like that I was highlighting, was the mistakes that we as a team should avoid making. So the midfield is where we have seen these mistakes happening quite often. It's either because you don't have your player there to receive the pass, or you just want to get off the pass from your feet as quickly as possible because of the pressure from the opposition team and so on. So there are quite a few factors in here, but then in the game of soccer, this is where you would win or lose in that battle. And I think midfield is a very important portion of your field where you need to win these battles. I mean, against a stronger team like Manchester City, you will just get punished. You will get eaten up if you make these kind of mistakes. And of course, the other area that I also want to highlight is the number of chances that you as a team end up missing. Again, this is something that could happen to any team. Well, the team which converts the chances takes the maximum of the points, and that's what we want. So even if you get one or two chances, you need to convert those chances. You don't convert them, it's going to hit you back, and you will not even realize how quickly it's hit you back. So missing chances, not converting them, is another area that Manchester United needs to really polish if they want to be in Europe, playing consistently, challenging teams like Manchester City, and Barcelona or Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, and still being there in the in the top four, and possibly challenging for the championship next year. Of course, having a safe hands in the form of David De Gea is definitely a plus point. But then, I think it is also very important to note that these mistakes can happen anywhere. So you can't always depend on the David De Gea safe hands to not concede. So the whole team has to really focus on avoiding these mistakes on a regular basis, and then in these matches, be it Southampton or City, or anyone from the Premier League, it's key to minimize or have no mistakes in every single match, and then you will obviously see the results of those matches as well. And then, of course, the red card for Casemiro was another big driving force, which led to Manchester United not playing to its potential, being at Old Trafford, and the match mostly been driven by Southampton because they are a force to reckon with after the new coach. So the team is completely transformed, and I'm surprised they're still at this lower base of the Premier League. They should have been somewhere at least in the middle of the Premier League or in the top half. They definitely deserve to be there with the kind of potential they have in their players. Well, that's the review for today. I hope you get a chance to look at my review and come back to my channel if you like the reviews. Like my channel, subscribe to my channel, and looking forward to have more discussions and conversations on these matches, and looking forward to see you again. Thank you. Have a nice one.